Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Doc Holiday here, and sorry if I sound a little weird, but just really nasty cold. But today we're going to be looking at the kind of new interface and all that released in War Thunder, patch 1.29. So yeah, so as you can see, if you've played War Thunder, you can tell already that it's different. Like, for starters, the research is now on the left as opposed to the right, as well as the two battle is not located in the middle anymore. So yeah, so one of the first things that's probably one of the first things you notice, that and everything up here is different layout, and so you can do all that and stuff. But game modes, menu, new two battle interface too, by the way, because arcade, historical, stuff like that. Didn't do the tutorial, so yeah. Still can't select which ones, but yeah, so squad invites, and you see this little ×2 down here. That means that first victory of the day for that nation, you get double the XP, and I think double the lions. I'm not sure yet. No, just XP, just double XP. So yeah, looking at the research tree, it is noticed that the planes, I think, some planes are more expensive than before, as the F4 Wildcat previously was 88,000 credits, now it's firmly 170. Sorry for that, just like I said, cough. But they had added some new planes too. They've got the B-25s for the Americans. The Germans have the Doe 217s, which may actually be a contender, or be able to run or something like that. Maybe able to challenge the Bristol Beaufighter for the British. I haven't personally tried this yet, but if their maneuverability is decent, then you've got this. Planes have great armament. And then we move on to the Russians. Oops, sorry, hold on. I don't think the Russians got any new planes. Let's see. Yeah, no, unless maybe. Yeah, no new planes. The British, they got the new Meteor F8 Gloucester Meteor. 420mm Spano cannons. Don't know, they're not high enough level. And the Japanese got two new planes, the G5 and the G8. The G5, which can hold up to 4 tons of bombs, so that's 8,000 pounds. But yeah, so we go to the Americans, and then we have, let's see, that's really pretty much it for the battle interface, except this is all up here. Oh, right. Ammunition belts. Almost forgot. So let's go to my B-25, for example. Okay, so you've got the armament stuff here. B-25, the Lush, shell rack, adds, so you can add stuff. But then you have the ammunition belts. So you've got the 12.7 for air targets, which fires tracer, armor piercing, like T is tracer, AP is armor piercing, then API is armor piercing incendiary, and you got HEI, which is high explosive incendiary. And each one is different. And you've got the omnipurpose, which has a little bit of all of these and can be used for like all those. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the interface. And now I guess I'll show you a little bit of gameplay with the B-25. So yeah. Okay, so now we have some gameplay with the B-25 here, and I was so pumped for this plane. It's gonna be like my favorite plane from this era. It's along with like the Spitfire Mark V and the actually P-40 is kind of cool too, I guess, but B-25 is gonna be my favorite plane from this era, and it's okay. That's all I can say about this plane. It's mediocre to okay, mediocre, however you pronounce it, but sorry, but yeah, so I was so stoked for this plane, and it's okay. That's all I can say. I mean, your bomb load is pretty crappy at the beginning, I mean, and it doesn't get much better. You can, well, I mean, it's not bad, I guess, but I think for the bomb load you start off with, I would rather have the Dauntless Dive Bomber, as you only get 1,000 pounds of bombs, or 1,200 pounds of bombs, but it's all in 100-pound bombs, I would rather have the Dauntless's 2 100-pound bombs and one 1,000-pound bomb, just because it could do more damage. Handling, I would say this plane is very similar to the A-20. That's a lot like the A-20. It's kind of slow. It's got poor maneuverability. But I mean, what can you expect from a bomber? I was really hoping that this would be able to like rival the Beaufighter, the Beaufighter, the Bristol one, the Bristol Beaufighter on the British. But this isn't the plane for it. The dose, like, I don't know how the handling is, but the other plane that might be able to is the Do 17 or the Do 217 DO, the German plane, because that looks like it has a very capable armament. But yeah, so right here I'm kind of like not really bombing. I'm just flying around trying to pick up aerial kills with this thing, just testing it out. This is my very first game with it. Or actually not my very first. I think this was my second or third, but the first couple times it got shot down right out of the air, just instantly. But yeah, so what this thing has is it's got 5 user-controlled machine guns in the front on the nose. If you look at the plane in the hangar, though, you will notice that there is a 6th machine gun, but that is an AI-controlled turret, which you can use switching to turret view. It's got 2 50 caliber rear-facing machine guns, back gunners, which are okay, but they can only really shoot straight. Maybe they have a little bit of movement, but that's about it. You've got 2 50 caliber machine guns mounted on the side, which are okay, but they can only really shoot downwards, down to the side. And the top is the 250 caliber turret. So I mean, I guess this plane isn't bad, but I think this plane should play more like a fighter than a bomber, or at least like an attacker. Not an attack. It should be, my opinion is it should play like the Beaufighter, just because like historically this plane was more like that. It wasn't as slow and gangly as it appears in this game. I mean, it's not a bad plane, I guess, but it's not something I would say go spend 170 lions on. But yeah, so it's not. I think I would rather have the A-20 for its bigger bomb load, but it's personal preference, I guess. I mean, I guess you can max this plane out to the A-20's bigger bomb load, but I don't know. A-20 I think I would rather have. So right here I was like, something compelled me to go after this KF-43 Hayabusa, but I have no idea why. I was just like, no. I will say though, if you're coming in really steep, this plane does have an exceptional ability to pull up. Like, this plane can pull up really fast. I think I demonstrate that later on in the game. But and the plane looks cool. Like, I think it's one of the cooler looking planes. But right here I was like hoping my rear gunners would be able to get him, and he ended up crashing. So yay. Yeah, sorry, I saw that cough and my voice is all like no. But yeah, so I managed to pick up like 2 kills in this thing before it got shot down. And then there's the new flight model thing, which is okay, I guess, but I don't know. I think something about it. I think I preferred the old one a little bit. Maybe it's just because I haven't gotten used to this one. But it seems like if your wings get like disabled in this one, your plane has a tendency to roll, as in where the old one, it would just kind of like stay like that and then slowly right itself over a period of time. Which I guess this is more realistic, but I don't know. Something about the old one was just. And like it's the same when you lose an engine, you seem to be like stuck in like a position, whereas the old one, it would just kind of tilt a little. But once again, I think that's just more realism, and it probably just needs some getting used to. Yeah, right here I'm just kind of like flying around looking. I think I was bombing some targets like too. But like I said, I think this plane looks really sick. But I haven't decked it out yet, but I can't wait for the OD one, or the olive drab one, which is the level 9 unlock, which I don't know if I'm going to get. Honestly, I don't know. This plane's okay. Like, I think the next one has a better bomb load. I'm not exactly sure. But right here, I'm just like, You know, if I can't get you with my machine guns, I'm gonna let my other guys get you. Get my gunners get you. But I don't even know what we were going after here. What was it? It was like an 8. Oh, it was an 820. Pretty much this plane's counterpart. It's like if you have an 820, I wouldn't necessarily recommend you buy this plane unless you need it to get to the B-17. But if you don't have the 820, I would get this plane. Like, well, yeah. But or if you don't have an 820 and you're considering buying one, I should say. But yeah, see, look, this is an example of this plane's like exceptional ability to pull up. It's just straight up. It's this plane's not too fast though. It's not too slow, I guess. I mean, it tops out at like 400 miles per hour on level flight, which isn't the fastest, but it's not as slow as the Dauntless dive bomber, which I do have. Currently I have 2 planes on my setup. 2 bombers, I mean, a B-25 and a Dauntless, and then I've got the F-6F Hellcat, the F-4U Corsair, which is another plane that's okay, but I would just stick with the F-4F Wildcat. And that, oh, there's my back gunner. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, sucker. And then I start taking some hit. I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna go down, I'm going to take this Messerschmitt with me. And it didn't quite work out like that. Unfortunately, it's no. I think I should have probably looked more of this guy behind me, but there's no way I could turn around. This plane is more of like a boom and zoom I would go with, I guess. Right here it caught on fire, but I managed to extinguish it by like doing a sharp turn, and I was just like, oh no. But I got shot down right there, and I'm just gonna end this video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.